Bellatora is a premium brand with a premium quality attached to it. I highly recommend it.
And here we go.
Hey all my great and wonderful people, I hope you're having an amazing day. We're back, season number 4. It's going to be crazy as ever. We're about to hit this thing flat on. We've just got to win and win some more. My ultimate target for this season is Champions League, Premier League. That's it. We are targeting both. We got so close in season 3 with the Premier League. Literally weren't targeting it. We were not targeting it whatsoever. Somehow ended up almost getting it. I think, what, 2 points? 2 points off, and we weren't even trying that hard for like majority of the season. But Champions League we're targeting. We've made some adequate signings. We're going to make more. We're about to make one. Alrighty, so off the bat, we have got 137 mil to spend. I don't know who the hell we're spending all that money on. But we're going to spend at least some of it, you know? At least some. Rightio, people. Our number one target for this transfer window, we're targeting a left back. Put up a poll the other day on Instagram. Tagliafico won the poll. It was actually pretty close. It was between him and Matt Targets, eventually with the Argentine winning the poll. We're going after him right here, right now. Let's go and do it. And there you have it, good people. Our number one signing for the summer, essentially. You know, we've sold Charlie Taylor. He's gone. We've brought in Tagliafico, who is going to definitely be an improvement over the likes of Charlie Taylor. Definitely adds a lot to the team. He's improved a position exponentially. So great stuff for this, and for the amount of money that we paid for him. Peanuts, honestly, peanuts. So we're just going to go through the manager expectations and everything from the board, and then we're going to hop into the preseason. Okay, youth developments. This is our last season to do last season's thing, but we're not really going to do it because we don't really care. But within 2 seasons, one player, 50% of the games, yada yada yada. That's okay. Brand exposure. Get 5 clean sheets in away matches this season. That shouldn't be too difficult, although clean sheets are kind of hard. It's a good challenge. Continental success. Reach the Champions League final. These guys are not playing. They want me out of a job ASAP. Domestic success. Win the league title and the FA Cup. We're doing the treble here. It's Man United 99 all over again. What the hell? And then financial. Within the same season, sign 3 crucial players and make a profit of 86 million. So you want me to not only win the Champions League, the FA Cup and the league, but make a profit of 86 mil whilst signing 3 crucial players? I don't know. That means we would have to sell a considerable amount of our good players already. Nah. No. Faulty. Very faulty. And there you have it, good people. That is our starting lineup. The lowest rated player is Oliver Skip, 80 overall. I was thinking maybe try and upgrade him, but who? Not too sure. Maybe we still do that. But we might have to sell a player to make that position more fluid, you know? But for the meantime, Oliver Skip is going to be our holding DM. We're going to try him out for the first few games of the season. If it's still not working out, because he is kind of the weakest link in the team at the moment, then I potentially have a player in mind, if you know what I mean. But right now, hopping into the game against Man City, man.
It is our first game of the season, the Community Shield. Big time game. We did lose this last time we were in it against the likes of Liverpool. So we do have a bit of redemption in this game, and we do need it. Getting our season off to a great start against the team that snuck the title past us is very important. And we didn't get off to the great start, but we did get back in the game, and that was the most important thing. And people, Jordan Pickford was absolutely immense with his saves that he made throughout the game, saving a penalty from Kevin De Bruyne. brilliant stuff, and just multiple saves throughout the game. Noni Maduwaka, brilliant, scored a goal earlier, the third goal of the game, and then eventually scored the fourth goal of the game, where we would run out 4-2 winners.
So people, I forgot to say before we hopped into the City game, but these are our 4 summer transfers. 3 of them were all on a free, and then Tagliafico obviously we signed. So Tagliafico is our only transfer, I should say. And then we have Granit Xhaka brought in on a free. Berardi, brilliant free kick specialist. We've just converted him into a central midfielder actually, which is great. Brought him in on a free, and then we brought Batshuayi in on a free, okay? And then technically we also brought in Kieran Trippier on a free, but we signed him in the last month, no, in the January transfer window of last season. So we signed him on a pre-contract, and then, you know, so he should technically be on the list, but he's not. But so those are actually our 5 new players that are in the team. And of course we lost Charlie Taylor with Snedden, as well as Gavin Gwynn is getting out on loan. So not too many outgoings for the club, but there are a few that have left, just to, not for financial reasons, but to make squad space, if that makes sense, you know.
Our first game of the season is against the likes of Burnley in the Premier League, and of course Burnley do tend to give people a lot of problems with their very nitty-gritty defensive styled play, but they're not going to give us that many problems because we've got an amazing team with some hungry players, eager and raring to go to kick off our season and hopefully win the Premier League title this season. And getting off to an amazing start, Oliver Skip with an absolute cracking effort from distance outside of the box, great times. And I love the pressure that the team put on Burnley. We just did not give them a moment's break with this amazing goal, easy tap in, Noni Maduwaka, brilliant. And we did end up winning 4-1 thanks to goals from Skip, DLC, Noni Maduwaka, and of course Leeds. And now we move on to the Gooners, where our main rival is Mikel Arteta's and the boys from North London. It is going to be a game and a half, but it is going to be a game where we concede very, very sloppy goals. But that first goal by Bukayo Saka was immense. And at 1-1, Martin Odegaard pops up with the goal to eventually win them the game, and it was just a sloppy goal to concede and a hard loss to take. Very frustrating.
So my good people, we are about to make our final signing of the career mode. We're about to sign Calvin Phillips, DM. He's about to be amazing for us, just complete our midfield, just add that extra bite that we're missing. I don't think Skip really gives that to us. If we were to continue the career mode, Skip would be the perfect player for the future, and I would probably not go for Calvin Phillips. But the process is nearly complete. The palace is nearly built. The royalty is nearly crowned. We need to add this final piece to make sure that that happens. So yeah, people, we're actually going to be making a deadline day deal. That is very rare for a career mode, especially with me. But we might have actually done it 87,000 a week. That does make him one of our top earners. Okay, so Skip, you're gonna hit the bench, Oliver. Or Shaq is hitting the bench. But how can you not bench him, and so on. So it'll work like that. But yeah, that is that. There's no weak. Look, there are obviously a few spots that you could pick out and bone pick, but this team is such a solid team. That front line with Eze and Phillips, not to mention the dynamic approach that Cook gives, is just amazing. What a team. Absolute beast of a team. But yeah, no more signings after that. We have spent a lot of money now. I think it's something like over 100 mil. 100 mil is quite a bit. But it's not like we haven't produced over the last few seasons, because I mean, a Premier League trophy, an FA Cup, a Conference League, a Carabao Cup. So the board know that we can complete what we need to complete. And I mean, the lofty expectations that they've set for us, I mean, that's a treble. A treble's hectic. So they've backed us sufficiently enough for us to say, we need this money. Yeah, so Gavin Gwynn, he hasn't left yet, but I don't think he is going to. And that will be the deadline day.
Big time game against Aston Villa. We do need to bounce back after that horrible 2-1 loss to Arsenal. And we get off to a great start with Maduaka. Blinding effort, no chance. Goalkeeper stood no chance with that. People, this game was a very frustrating game as we did have a 2-1 lead in the dying moments of the game with new boy Calvin Phillips giving the ball away, and that just set the striker through in on goal, who then chipped Jordan Pickford, and you would end up drawing this game 2-2. And for our aspirations this season, it's not good enough whatsoever. Our first Champions League game of the season. A lot of firsts right now, a lot of firsts, and we are looking for our first win of the campaign. We need to go to a good, positive start, and that is a result against the likes of Atletico Madrid, one of the best teams in Europe, with one of the best coaches in Diego Simeone. He's very defensive, but very, very savvy. Business savvy is his name. He doesn't fuck around at all, and we got off to a terrible start, going down 2-0 with Carrasco and Milinkovic-Savic scoring banging goals. And then the boys showed some real heart and real fights, coming back in the game, drawing it up there 2-2 DLC with an absolute cracking effort from distance. Of course, the goalkeeper fell asleep and gave him the ball in front of goal. But people, I was impressed with how the boys fought back in this game, eventually running out 4-2 winners. And that is what I want to see from this team this season. Moving on to the likes of Manchester City now. As you can see right there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 2 goals in the past 2 games. He started off the season fairly well. And people, all I can say is this game was a fairly simple, to-the-point game. City were turned over. They had no answers for our team, no answers for the rotations that we had made, giving away a stupid handball penalty, and eventually us converting it and putting it in the back of the net with another goal for the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and another great win for the boys. Good start to the season so far. Another London derby to go. And we got off to a great start. I was thinking it's going to be a standard win for us. We've been good this season. But people, sloppy goals at the back, just stupidity, all ends up just absolute thickness. I could not believe what I was seeing. And another thing is, Heung-min Son was putting on his best Messi impression in this game, scoring 4 goals and assisting 1 at the end for Harry Kane, absolutely trumping us 5-2.
So, just slapped up by fucking Tottenham. Now we're going to go into this game right here against damn near Liverpool. Gotta win, man, gotta win. Just don't know how. When there's a will, there's a way. We'll find a damn way. Watch. I'm telling you now. Watch.
Tough game coming up at Anfield against Liverpool. We've been giving them problems. They've been giving us problems. It's always a tough game. It's always an entertaining game against them. And people, we didn't get off to a great start. Yuri Tielemans smashing it in bottom corner. And then we were about to go 2-0 down, but Jordan Pickford was like, listen here, man, I got this, don't worry. Back in the game, 2-2, but what a way to score your first goal for the club. Calvin Phillips making it 3-2 at Anfield. What a time to score your first goal. But it didn't end there. It did not end there. As Maduaka, brilliant, 4-2. You would think the game is killed off right there, but no, there is more. Naby Keita popping up with a goal to make it 4-3, and probably game of the season for us because we showed fight, we showed resilience. We just need to show more defensive awareness, and I'll be a bit more happy. People, against Leicester, we gave away a stupid penalty, but Pickford and pens go hand in hand. Excuse the pun right there, but unfortunately, we could not keep a clean sheet. Clean sheets are evading us this season. We get back in the game though, cute little tap-in. But speaking of being cute, Leicester were like, we're about to be real cute, bat my eyelids. And they score a stupid tap-in, and it's defense yet again that lets us down. Another 2-1 loss to Leicester. Tough loss to take.
So people, even though we've lost the last few games, we have also won quite a few of them. And we are only 3 points behind the mighty Tottenham, who did slap us up 5-2. Or was it 5-1? They slapped us up. That's the point I'm trying to make here. But also, if we win our next game, and that is against Manchester United, we can go level with them. We'll be behind them because they have a higher goal difference than us. Fair. But we'll be level with them. And we basically are qualified in our group for the Champions League. So it's everything's really panning out beautifully. So let's hit it.
Old Trafford, a place where we've come in the past and we've won some cracking games. Well, you got to hope for the same luck, the same calls. You do have to have a little bit of luck to win the league, and winning here would go a long way in our race for the Premier League title. And people, speaking of luck, speaking of skill, what a screamer from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We were going mad in this game. It was tied up at 2-2 after this goal, after goals from Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. But people, Paul Pogba would end it right there with an absolute banging effort from distance. They would go 3-2 up and win the game eventually.
It is absolutely crazy. We are playing Leeds United, who are third. They are third. They nearly got relegated last season, and here they are, third place. Crazy stuff. Brilliant stuff. We got to use our tactical nous. We've made a few tactical changes to the lineup, to the team, to everything. And hopefully that allows us to fire on all cylinders, meaning we can finally kick our season on. Another thing, we've progressed in the Champions League, finishing first in our group. Brilliant stuff, yeah. It is going to be fairly interesting to see who we get.
And it is going to be a tough game against Leeds. As always, last season, true and utter capitulation late in the game against them. They'll be looking to do that this time as well. And people, I've realized I can't defend to save my life. Don't ask me to defend if there's a gun to my head, because I'm probably going to die. But the computer cannot defend either. We come back in the game 2-2. Goals from Dominic Calvert-Lewin have rescued us a point in this game. And it is going to be a tough game against Chelsea. And people, they were very defensive in this game. They wanted the points. I don't know what is up with them, but they wanted to try and keep it a clean sheet. But a late showing from our striking duo, Noni Maduaka and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, led us over Chelsea in this game. I was very impressed with our away performance. 2 late goals. We kept our defensive shape. We kept a clean sheet. I think that was the most important thing in the game.
It is January. It is the transfer window. We're not making any signings. That's that. We're not making any signings. We're playing Man United. We are first, people. We are first. We have written the wrongs. We are making things happen. We are first by 1 point. After 21 games, we're first by 1 point. We're playing 7th placed Manchester United.
A big game against Manchester United. They've gone with a very strong lineup with Sancho and Rashford on those wings. You know, they love to score them goals. And they get to a great start, but so do we. Beautiful little tap-ins, left, right, and centre. Dominic Calvert-Lewin down the centre. And of course, it's always going to be a goal. And of course, this goal right here, Bruno Fernandes with an absolute peach of a goal. And we ended up drawing this game 2-2. Dominic Calvert-Lewin to the rescue. Big time game against Leicester. It's the game of revenge as Eberechi Eze comes up with a great opening goal for us, taking a good lead, 1-0 up. And then in the last moments of the game, this was a cross and a half, and one that needed a goal on the end of it. And of course, Eberechi Eze yet again, 2-0, revenge check complete, done. Happy days.
People. We've got a massive game. Liverpool, they're in 5th, we're in 1st, we're 2 points ahead of Tottenham. I'm going to hop into the game, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's a home game, I'm pretty sure it's a home game. We're going to lay down the law. Forget Liverpool, forget Anfield. It's Selhurst Park. We're about to kick some Liverpudlian tail.
Diogo Jota, Salah, and Correa are going to be a handful in this game, but I must say, this first goal that we scored, well, it was great hustle from Eze, great hustle from Modawaka, and just brilliant play overall. Spread the ball nicely, beautifully done, great back heel from Elise, and an absolute cracking effort from Tagliafico, who is a left back, hitting the ball like a striker. And then we capitulated late in the second half, conceding a great goal. And here we are. Today is to do at Tottenham Stadium. I don't think they're daring to do much this season, but anything can happen. They did slap us up at Selhurst Park, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin in this game was absolutely unstoppable. A man on a mission. But unfortunately, another man on the mission was Heung-min Son, who scored his damn near 5th goal this season against us. He was great. And Modawaka gets a bit lucky with a bit of a deflection. And we score the winning goal in a 2-1 win over Tudera's to-do team. Like I say, they weren't doing much. They're not going to be doing much this season because we're on our way to the top of the Premier League table. Let's go. The round of 16, the second leg against Lyon. It is going to be a very big game. We have a 2-1 win from that first leg. Good platform to build up off of. How do we manage that? Well, we managed to give away a flippin' stupid goal. Broby just a little easy tap in, and I was fuming because you cannot do that if you're planning to progress as far as possible in the Champions League. We did manage to get back into the game, and this goal would eventually win us the tie. Great goal from Modawaka, 2-1. We would end up drawing the game 2-2, but going through 4-3 on aggregates. Big time game in the quarterfinals of the Champions League against RB Leipzig at Selhurst Park. It is going to be a peachy affair, of course. Eberechi Eze must love playing German teams because he gets off to a banging effort. And let me just say that the goal that Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores right here is an embodiment of the amount of work and danger that he puts himself in just so that the team can succeed, because that was a crazy goal, good effort. And he comes up with goal number 2 for himself with a commanding lead. That goal puts us in. I don't see RB Leipzig coming back in this game whatsoever. Don't see them coming back in the tie. They do get a goal back, but it wasn't good enough. And of course, Jones, great shots, good effort, 4-1 up, but not good enough because in the dying moments of the first leg, Tagliafico with an absolute bull of a header, bullet header. Big man things, man. Big man things.
People, we've had the craziest run of games. It's been absolutely fantabulous. We are 8 points clear at the top. We have played one game in hand, though. It is what it is. But of course, guys, Champions League, we are killing it as well. We are probably going to move on to the next round in the Champions League after our absolute beatdown of RB Leipzig. It's looking peachy, guys. It's looking fairly peachy for us. Up the Eagles, man.
Big time game against the likes of Chelsea, you know, it's always a London derby, good times, and yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was a handful and a half. Chelsea could not defend against him. He scored 2 goals in a great game against the Blues, who are playing in yellow today, and apart from that goal right there in the last minute of the game, they were not special at all.
My people, semi-finals, Champions League, Crystal Palace versus Atletico Madrid. We had them in the group stages. We faced them again in the semi-finals. It's kind of similar to what happened last season with Real Madrid. They eventually knocked us out. I hope that doesn't happen again. You know what? It's not going to happen again. 2 legs. We just We're going to do it. We're going to do it. There's no doubt in my mind that we are going to beat Atletico Madrid.
And of course, semi-finals, here we are. The boys are ready, slightly nervous, as this is the furthest Crystal Palace has ever gotten in the Champions League. Big time players make big time plays in the biggest games possible. And this is a very, very big game for us. I am going to rely a lot on the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who of course nets a massive goal for us. 2 massive goals for us, actually, with a penalty. It was a very nitty-gritty game. Atletico love to grind out results, but they can display a flair moment, of which they just did right there. 2-1 win heading into the second leg. And now the second leg. The pressure is on. Last year we capitulated against the other team from Madrid. This time we've got to stay focused. We are a more together team. The thought of failure, I cannot deal with that. We've got to win. But we don't get off to a very good start, as Atletico Madrid, they show why they've gotten this far so far in the competition. And João Felix yet again with a big time goal. 2-2 on aggregate, 1-0 on the day. But we come back here, brilliant stuff. Hustle, loyalty, respect our team. The ball's up in the air, and of course, Eberechi Eze, the man to put it in the back of the net and give us a 3-2 lead on aggregates. One hand on the trophy at this point, not so fast. João Felix, the mini Ronaldo, to the rescue for Atletico Madrid, but then Dominic Calvert-Lewin showing why he's been so important for us this season. Absolute scenes at Selhurst Park, 4-3 on aggregate, and that just gave us the confidence just to go forward, drive ourselves forward, put more goals into the back of the net. Olees this time, 3-2 on the day, 5-3 on aggregates, and there we go, the final nail in the coffin, and we're in the final. We're in the final of the UEFA Champions League. This has been a game and a half.
So people, we win the Premier League title for season number 4. It's absolutely insane. We've got one game in hand. I thought we'd have to play the game against Man City and that would eventually make us win the title, but we've won it a game before, so we are going to play the game against City. It is going to be just a relaxed, chilled game. Doesn't matter if we win, if we lose, because that big old Premier League trophy is returning to Selhurst Park. We've won the Premier League twice in the span of 4 seasons. Absolutely fantabulous, but you and I know the main trophy is the one that is happening in the next game. The Champions League trophy. That is the ultimate goal, because essentially we've won every single trophy. The Champions League trophy is our our main focus points. So for the final game of the season, we are going to rotate, not heavily. We are going to play some of our good players, but we are going to rotate sufficiently enough for there to be rested players for the Champions League game. Keen as a green bean.
And the final game of the season, we've gone with a very mixed lineup, but I feel like this lineup is a necessary one to give some of those players that haven't been playing that much some game time. And people, it is at Manchester City Stadium, and all I'm saying is they beat us to the title last season. It's poetic justice that we're going to be lifting the title regardless of the results in their stadium. And down early 2-0, but again, this team shows fighting spirit all the time. A great goal there from Berardi. That is his first of the season, so he hasn't had the best season, but not a bad goal whatsoever. And then, just before half-time, Curtis Damwell Jones with the acrobatics to show why this team is about to lift the Premier League title. Maduwaka makes it 3-2, City capitulation, but not so fast, because City do come back and they do end up scoring an equalising goal, but nonetheless 3-3 draw. It don't matter though, because we're about to lift this beautiful, sexy Premier League title in their stadium. The disrespect is so high, but it's justice. It's poetic justice for the pain that we went through last season when we got so close, but it wasn't good enough. I love this team. This has been an amazing career mode. The biggest game, without a doubt in my mind. The game of most importance this season, and of course it is against Liverpool. It's only right that the team that has given us the most grey hairs throughout the career mode, the team we won our first trophy against, is the team that we're going to end the career mode off facing for the biggest prize. The title of Champions of Europe. Hella keen, hella excited. That trophy right there belongs in Crystal Palace's arms. Captain Jordan Pickford is going to be lifting it, I can feel it. They've gone with a very strong lineup, as always. Got to watch for the counter. Signing Pedri, of course. That is a great signing. Sabitzer, Tielemans, great midfield. The defense, playing Phillips at the back, bit shaky, bit questionable. We've gone with our famous 4-1-2-1-2 lineup. Our strikers are about to give Phillips and Sula a whole world of hurting, people. I can feel it, and it's going to happen. From the corner, 9 minutes in, of course, Dominic Calvert-Lewin out-muscles the defender, and easy puts in the back of the net. I loved it. I loved it. In fact, I loved it so much that Calvert-Lewin came and celebrated with your boy on the sideline. He was like, boss, we're actually going to do it. And then 15 minutes in, little header, easy, Madawaker, beautiful stuff, love to see it. Just the scenes, capitulation early on for Liverpool, and then just before half time, Noni Madawaker, absolute ice in his veins. Capitulation from Liverpool, 2 goals for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, assassin in front of goal, and of course O'Lees. Who else was it going to be but O'Lees to end off the scoring with a 5-0 drubbing in our final game against Liverpool, our final game of the series. What a way to end things. How far have we come in this series? Absolute just happiness. If I could say, if one word could explain my feeling, it's happiness. We've come so far.
And that is that, my great human beings. We have won the Champions League. It has... I didn't expect it to be that easy, to be honest. Like, if it just seemed like Liverpool gave up in the end, so it was like, we're gonna handle our business. So. And for the final time of the career mode, we'll be going over the stats, the figures, the good times of season number 4 and the career mode for Crystal Palace. So, appearance-wise, we've got Lindelof with 56 appearances. Damn, that's a lot. We've got Pickford with 51, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 51, Tagliafico, first season for us, he made 50 appearances. That's damn good. 50 for Eze, 50 for Madueke, 49 for Cook, 48 for Walker Peters. Not too shabby, people. Not too shabby at all. Goal-wise, obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was an absolute beast. He improved on last season by a hell of a lot. 17 for Madueke. Eze got 14. Eze, you know, considering this career mode was built around him, he was fairly consistent with his goals and his assists and everything. I mean, greatness is technically consistency, so not too shabby. Leeds with 12, although I must say, was it last season or season number 2 where he just erupted? It might have been season number 2. He really did like peak in season 2. Berardi 12, Jones with 8, Calvin Phillips with 5, Lewis Cook with 4. So quite a few goals. We definitely lent on Dominic Calvert-Lewin this season. Assists wise though, Eze with 18, 14 for Calvin Phillips. People, that's crazy, man. That's crazy good numbers. 13 for Lewis Cook, 13 for Madueke, and 10 for Elise, 9 for Calvert-Lewin. And then the clean sheets department, we've got 16 for Jordan Pickford and 2 for Roman Berkey. Not too shabby. So people, that is going to be the end of the Crystal Palace rebuild. We have done it. We have created royalty. European royalty. Premier League royalty. We have done it. It's a big tick in the win column for us. I've absolutely enjoyed this so much, and I appreciate every single one of you who have supported me through the 4 episodes. It's only been 4 episodes, but it's been 4 great seasons. We will be moving on to a different project soon. It will be interesting. Next week it is coming out, so stay tuned. And guys, of course, the Bellatora t-shirts, they are still going. The link is in the description. My man Barry will hit you up with all the details you need. Hit him up, please. Hit him up. And of course, guys, I hope you have an absolutely amazing and wonderful day. I'm out.